Hi, my name is Rob, and I'm just checking my settings, make sure everything's going smoothly. Today I will be going to talk about COP 16, which is the Biodiversity Conference of the Parties, which happened in Colombia. And this ended. When did it end? A couple weeks ago. How 16 dates is October 21st to November 1st. And I will also mention some items on the environmental registry, which relate to transportation, bikes, and Highway 413. If there's time, I encourage you to use the environmental registry. I talked about some of the problems with the bike legislation legislation that removes existing bike lanes and restricts new bike lanes. And then there was one about Highway 413. And I will go to the first news item. I'm just getting it up. And I will have it. Transition. So the first item is COP 16 fizzles out as which countries block Global Nature Fund. And this is in the news article Political. And does this have an author? James Folmihau. And this was published on November 2nd, 2024. It says the United Nations COP 16 biodiversity talks in Cali, Colombia were suspended on Saturday after which countries blocked a proposal to set up a new fund to help poor nations restore their depleted natural environments. And Canada was among the countries that blocked the this proposal. And it included the European Union, Japan, and Canada. And the article says that African, Latin American nations were furious, and some refused to engage in further talks on the matters. This demonstrates that, in my opinion, that Canada is not serious about protecting environment and the biodiversity crisis internationally. It is important to fund biodiversity protection and biodiversity restoration, especially in global south countries. A lot of resources that Canada and other global north countries use come from the global south. So, not investing in biodiversity globally means that biodiversity loss is not taken seriously. Let's see. There was some successes, and I'll get into that. Um, okay, I did highlight. Uh, there was a creation of a body for indigenous peoples and local communities to ensure that, and this is from the article, their participation in the biodiversity framework agreed on in the 2022 in Montreal and in recognition of peoples of African descent as biodiversity custodians. And I should say that this conference happens every 2 years, and then there's also a conference related to climate change specifically, and I might not get into that conference in this episode of Environmental Soup through the facilities of Trent Radio. Oh yeah, there's a few more countries that were listed. European Union, Japan, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Norway, and Switzerland all opposed the proposal to set up a dedicated fund to pay for nature restoration in poor countries, arguing it would complicate the funding landscape without necessarily raising new money. So basically, they didn't want to pay money. And if you are listening on YouTube, feel free to um, add comments. Let's see. Oh, the COP 16 president was forced to suspend the meeting before an agreement had been reached on the budget for the Convention on Biological Diversity. And because of this disagreement about funding. The coming Montreal, the article says